Hi friends, my name is Tabeth and welcome to my channel. I tackle all things homemaking, coziness, simple sophistication. I tackle faith topics, interior designing, home decor, home organization, and just seeking all things beautiful. So if you're after living that kind of life, you are at the right place. Today's question is, why should we care about homemaking? So what I do know is that homemaking gets really a bad rap. It's either people think it's so old school that in the 50s the woman is wearing an apron the whole day, she stays home the whole time, she doesn't work, she's just taking care of the kids, there's nothing that she offers to the country or community. Or it's either it's just a woman's role, that kind of thing. So I am here to break it down, how what I believe homemaking is all about, or what I believe homemaking should be. So let's get right into the video. Let me start by saying I appreciate each and every single one of you, and thank you so much for hanging in there whilst I was on a little break for the couple of months. But I am back and do expect videos every single Thursday to go live. And if you're not subscribed, you will not know when the videos will go live. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell as well. So homemaking is no longer about staying at home. You can be a homemaker whilst you work out of the home or in the home. There are many careers now that people can have and work from home, so you can actually have an income whilst you're running a household. And homemaking is not just you spending the whole day sweating your brow and washing and cleaning. There are many skill sets that a homemaker has, and I will tackle them in this video as well. I also believe that it's not only for married people or people with kids. I feel that homemaking is for anyone who has a home, whether you're sharing or you're living by yourself, or the traditional way, which is for one who is married with kids. Homemaking is about creating a cozy, a sophisticated, warm, and peaceful environment for you and your family. How you show up and how your family shows up out there in the world is all your responsibility. So I believe it's one of the most important, if not undermined, roles that we have as a people. And so I enjoy homemaking. But those of you who have only known me on this platform do not know that I've actually been a career person since I was 18 years old. I left home when I was 18 years old. But prior to that, I ran our household. I was responsible for taking care of all my siblings because my parents traveled all the time. Literally, like, you could swear that half of the year, if not 3/4 of the year, I was the one making sure that everyone is eaten, everyone is cleaned, everyone's clothes are washed. And we used to have helpers. I would also make sure that they also know what they're doing when they're supposed to be doing it, and that they're back at work on the days that they were supposed to be back. They go off, they take their off days when they were supposed to take their off days, and we were never overworking them, that kind of thing. So I did grow up a little bit too soon. The other thing that we did is we had a huge garden, so I was also responsible to make sure that all the kids around the house were doing what they were supposed to do regarding the garden, because that's where we got our food. So this whole business of being vegan and living an organic life, I started that a long time ago. So one of my favorite resources that my mother gave me when I was very young is this book. You can tell it's like so worn out and like messed up. My mother used this book when she was doing her home economics studies. I never did home economics, by the way. I did art, more artsy and creative like that. But she did home what do you call home economics when she was young. So I used to read this book when I was quite young. Some pages have dropped out. Like, I mean, it started page 187. I don't even know where the other pages were, but I don't think she ever knew that I would need this. There are recipes in here, which is part of the family. You are responsible for the health of your family. So what they eat, the choices, you make those choices. If they're going to be obese, if they are going to be unhealthy, it is all on you, because you make those choices. You make the choices of who they become when they're older, on the basis of the decisions that you make on how they spend their time. So for example, if you want them to just lounge around and just watch TV all day long, you will get the results of those decisions, because even if you're not making a decision, you're actually making a decision. I like what A Course in Miracles says, when it says that our minds are constantly working. When you think you're being idle, or you're just daydreaming, or you're actually not thinking about anything, you are creating something. So our thoughts create. They are constantly creating. There's never a moment of not creating. So what you need to do then as a homemaker is to be intentional about how you are managing what they eat, managing how they look, how they dress, and how your home feels and sounds, and smells. For me, that's important. All the senses need to be accommodated. So this book did help me in making those decisions. I learned how to dry clothes, how to hang clothes when I'm drying them outside, the benefits of having the sun dry my clothes instead of using a machine, how to make life easier for me by the appliances that I choose. One thing that as an example, one thing that we did when I was now married, was that the problem we have here in South Africa is that electricity is literally like not predictable. You'll have electricity today, and tomorrow there won't be electricity the whole day. So how would I fend for my family? How can I still have them fed a home cooked meal, a hot meal, all the time without the electricity? So me and my husband decided to go and buy a hob stove as an alternative. So we use the electric one, but we have a hob stove for the days that we do not have electricity. How the We also have solar lights as well. So on those evenings where we do not have electricity, we have bulbs in like literally each and every room. But it's a decision that I made. Me and my husband made that how can we have our family still enjoy a good life, a good quality of life, when we do not have electricity, in moments where things are not going so well. What can we do? So those are decisions that you make as a homemaker, and I enjoy that. I enjoy showing up that way. And I also learned how to manage finances. It's never a done deal, but as I was growing up, I had to manage the money that my parents would leave us to spend. So we were not wealthy at all. We were literally like close to poverty when I was growing up. So I would use maybe the crop that would have from our garden, and then take it to the mills and grind that for, like, maybe maize, would have grind that into like um, milli rice and milli meal and semp. Like, I would just have to work out ways of having to feed the family. And I don't say this to for you to feel sorry for me or in any way, but it taught me so much. I can handle any situation. If my husband today decides, you know what, we're gonna have a farm, we're gonna move out of the city, we're gonna go to the country, I can handle that all because of the homemaking skills that I had. I can adapt in a leadership role because I was a leader from such a young age, and that was all on the basis of my homemaking skills. I would manage my time, what I do every single day, and now when I do talk about it, sometimes I ask myself, do people care for this? I feel like everyone knows it. It comes easy until some of you guys make comments that, you know what, you actually appreciate this, and so hence I'm gonna continue hopefully inspiring some of you, if not most of you, to live a better life, an intentional life, just by the choices that you make for your home, because it sets you up for many days to come. And one thing that I also know from homemaking is the decisions that I make with our finances. I try to be frugal in how I spend, and so days are not the same. You could lose a job, or your husband could lose a job, and so being frugal as a homemaker will teach you how to manage your finances in down days or in days where you have plenty. You always have to plan ahead. And these are biblical principles. Not only are they just matters that would help each and every single person, but God actually teaches us that. And so it's stuff that I try to implement not only in my life, but also teach the boys that take care of what you have. Take care of, don't just not care about the resources that you have. And the other thing on that is that as I am managing the house, I am managing the resources that we have, everything that we have. I manage to make sure that it goes a long way. And I have grown to appreciate that in days where things were not so well with us, or when things were really good and happening. I know how to manage things. And I am so grateful for the husband that I have. God gave me an amazing husband who is supportive and who is wise. He literally leads us in such an amazing way. In our finances and the decisions that we make, the schools that we take the kids, and where we live and all that stuff. He makes the most amazing decisions. I watch him just, gracefully and gracefully run our home. And I do not mind being his, secondary in command, because I know that we are in safe hands. And the reason I mention him is because it was because of the skills that his mother taught him. He doesn't slack around. He's not somebody that's just like doing nothing. He's constantly trying to figure out how to provide for us and how to give us a better life. And I appreciate that. And as I mentioned, that I used to be a corporate girl since I was very, very young. But my first job was actually as a maid. I worked as a maid for a couple of years, from the time I was 18 years old up until I think I was 20 years old. Yes, I was 20 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And most of the people that I worked for would always be surprised how I would work that much, and at the caliber of work that I also provided for their families, because they always thought, oh, she's too young, because I was 18 years old. And one of them spoke to my mom when my mom came to visit me and said, I am so surprised. I am like, I don't even, like, I never knew that young girls could do this. But all that is from the homemaking skills that I learned from a young age. And all that has carried through to how I run my business today. My business is all about making homes beautiful, but I never knew that I could have a career like that. When I was still working for other people, I didn't even know that I could have a career, but this comes easy for me. It's something that I love dearly, to help people to live a beautiful life, and then to make their surroundings also beautiful, so that they can communicate how they feel and how they would want their families to feel when they're in the space. So yeah, that's some of the pointers that I have for why we should care for homemaking. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next video. Do not forget to subscribe, and also hop on over to my Instagram and follow me there. I share a lot on a regular basis on interior designing, organizing, cleaning, and interior decorating. If you would like to have any of my services, I'm going to leave my email address below. Contact me, and we do a full-on interior designing, turnkey. If you want to literally move out of your home and let us revamp your home, up to buying cushions and a toothbrush for you. And yeah, those are some of the services that I offer. And I also just do one room services if you just need one room. And I also tackle short-term projects as well, just decorating if you need me to come through just for a weekend, I will tackle any space. If you're also looking to sell your property, I also do staging. That's also part of our services. So contact me below. If you're anywhere in South Africa, I can help you. I enjoyed chatting to you about this topic on homemaking, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.